With crucial
All
data
right.
and expert analysis at
Yo,
terminal
yo.
speed, nobody covers Jobs Day like Bloomberg.
We live, we live, we live, we live. What's good, what's good, what's good? How we looking today? Growing the hair. I'm gonna get started here. Gold, gold, gold. Hey, I mean, don't say I didn't tell you guys the other day. You know, we were live the other day for a little bit, quite a bit. First session this week was like 3 hours and 15 minutes. So, you know, if you come on, we talked about gold the entire time. I kept bringing it up because chat kept asking, what do you think about gold? What do you? And it was just pretty much the same thing. Same topic all session. Anytime I brought up gold, it was like, yo, it's looking bullish more. Like we could rip up. You go watch any part on that session where I talked about gold. I was saying, looks nice and bullish. I was saying. Did anyone catch any moves on gold this week? It's not always about more trades to make money. There's been a lot of setups like this through the week with gold. If you've been focusing on gold, let's say the last month, maybe since like middle of January, after the first week or two of January, usually the first week or two of January is like kind of getting back into the mix of things. But if you've been watching gold for the last month, and maybe even longer than that, there's been a big buy setup every week. One big one every week. May come at the beginning of the week, usually the beginning of the week. If you study gold, and we'll do it on this session, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it here, because it's something I've always. Oh, that's me. I'm trying to get the link here. I hate hearing your voice sometimes. Like, whoa. I grab the 1 minute. So like, scalping, more trades, more potential entries, different entry points. Scalping can be, you know, like getting different entry points, different price points, right? Where let's see how it reacts. Maybe it reacts short term, maybe it sticks. I like to use the term maybe it sticks, like maybe the trade holds longer, right? We watch the market, watch the trade. But usually every week, and this is what we had marked up the other day, a couple days ago when we streamed. We were live in New York session, 3 hours that day. And it was just a day where there wasn't much volume. You can see when Tokyo session came, market dragged down and then ran up. And we know where price is. It's gone up since then. And now it's Wednesday, and this thing pretty much almost hit 29.50. If you look at gold, like every week, for over the last month, all right? You know, 2025 here, kind of the start of the year, getting into the market. But if you look at like, even since then, you look at gold, and there's been one of these big buys every week. Look at last week, for instance. Friday, dumps in hours. Meanwhile, the market went up Wednesday, Thursday. Like the market set up for buys, and it went up gradually, and then just takes all that back really quickly. Those types of moves can fuel something like this. Look where price is now. So scalping can get you in and out of different entries, but like when it comes down to maybe looking for that bigger move in the week that I could hold, and at potentially holding at times, you could maximize more than taking a bunch of trades, taking a bunch of different entries. When you take more entries, you're putting on more risk frequently. Like if I'm taking 10 trades a week versus 2 trades a week, even if I'm risking the same amount per trade, I'm putting on more risk, right? My hit rate is higher, so risk is being operated more frequently at that rate if I'm taking more entries. So putting the right risk at the right time, holding the right risk at times can help you maximize, letting your winners run, perhaps, per se. So there's like a lot of movement, and I timed it pretty well, I would say. Sometimes not always being on the charts can help you recognize that scenario, that situation that you weren't a part of. Early buyers. So Friday, let's take a little track back to Friday. Timed this pretty well for you guys. Posted some key levels for gold in the chat. On Friday afternoon. Interesting time, right? Think about the time. I kind of went on a little rant about this. I did a little lesson. It was posted in DGen chat. Everyone's been spamming the chat. Like, where is this guy? It's okay. Well, I see my abs again, so I'm like, damn, I'm looking good right now. Go back in the gym, hit abs for a month. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna go back in the gym, hit abs for a month straight, and I'll be right out after this. I forget where I went on that little rant. Some of you guys might have saw it, where I was talking about maybe less is more at times. I was talking about this from Friday too, guys. Friday, we talked about gold dipping into this demand zone, right? That was that 4-hour dump. So we're on the 4-hour chart. That was this big drop, right? Market just ran down. How big of a move was that? 940. That was a pretty big move. You're talking like a $60 move there. In price, more. I think maybe a little bit more. Maybe 62. Oh, 63. I was close. That happened pretty quick, and the timing of it, you think about Friday. Think about Friday. It happened on a Friday, right? What's everybody doing on a Friday? Preparing for the market to close. Maybe getting ready for the weekend, next week to start. Maybe most people start their week on Monday, Tuesday, let the market move a little bit. And bam, market opens. The time that probably most people aren't on the charts. Maybe as prepared as well. Maybe not as prepared, ready, because the market hasn't been open yet. You're maybe not onto price, watching things yet. So preparation in the markets can come at beginning of the weeks, end of the weeks as well. Depending on how things moved through the week. Maybe how price was delivered coming into the end of the week. Because like this is a really good scenario that will happen. You'll see this happen on gold. This is a really good scenario to understand maybe some of the weekly flow with price. So you'll see these types of things on gold time and time again where maybe price is delivered. So when I say delivered, it's the time and how it drops. It makes this significant drop going into Friday afternoon, a couple hours before the market closes. So what do they do when the market opens? They, like people like to say with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, we buy the dip, right? Bitcoin looking rather interesting, especially when you compare it to gold. It's been in a big consolidation, like up and down. Price looks interesting. Like on a technical approach, it looks like one day it could try to rip up. That would be beautiful. But Bitcoin's been pretty just like chill. It's February going into March, usually a time where the crypto market is bullish. Maybe it happens more into March. We're going to see there's not a lot of action with crypto right now in terms of price, you could say. Like, I mean, maybe there's cryptos that pump more than some on some days. Maybe some will rip. Maybe some will have their 10%, 15, 9%, 8% days, different sectors. I wouldn't say there's been some big dips. been some big dips in the market on some. Depends on how you look at it and how long you've been in the market for as well. It depends on really your perspective of things. Like some people are looking at this like these are amazing buying opportunities, right? It really depends on your time in the market because you can't always time things. So with time in the market, you might be in a different place right now, right? You might be one of the majority that might be in more of a fear stage. Maybe you're here, or most people are. Trump coin mania, Molina coin mania, all these coins, I told no one to buy. I said, it's a maybe, but I did a call about this, right? And I said, everyone was like, oh, you got to buy it. I posted on my story when it was at $70. Trump coin mania. Don't be distracted. A lot of people distracted. People replied to my story like Trump coin's going to $100. I was like, man, you've been in the market for how long? Like, I gotta show you guys that in I'll put it in DGen chat, for instance, or maybe I'll pull it up on stream. I can go to my archives. When Trump coin came out, I caught it. I made like 70 Solana off of it. I caught that, and I told everybody like, if you caught it, that's it. Like you caught it. Like maybe you buy a couple and hold it forever and see what happens. But if you're gonna compare Bitcoin to a meme coin, it's better they made a meme coin, I said, because a meme coin has no purpose. Good thing they didn't make something that actually has a real purpose and utility and it just failed. It would have been worse for crypto. Right? I want to find this. When did the Trump coin come out again? Like the whole Trump coin mania? When was that? Like the 17th? Around there maybe? I forget. Maybe mid-month. It was a whole mania. Everyone was going crazy. And guess what a lot of people are doing? A lot of people were selling coins that they already hold to buy Trump coin, to buy Elon coin, to buy Molina coin, to buy all these coins, right? So people were getting rid of what they already had to put it into these coins. So I'll show you. I had a fun ride. I caught it at $8. It was late at night. It was like 11:30 at night. I woke up from a nap. I caught it at $8. I even posted it in my Discord when I saw it. I even texted a few people when I found it and said, yo, what is this? But I'll show you guys what I said, and I'm going to put it in Discord right now so I can pull it up. I'll just put it in DGen chat for a quick minute. I wrote this after I sold. I sold at $68, mind you. I mean, I've had 10 years in the market, so this where we are might be different for me than where a lot of you guys might be. Some of you guys might have bought your first crypto. Did I put it in the chat? Should have. Ah, yeah, there it is. So I wrote, because that day, crypto was going crazy that day, that week, right before Trump's inauguration. Right before the day, it's like buy the news, sell. Like Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live, and everybody thought Dogecoin was going to go to $1, and Dogecoin started going down from then. Like I wrote Trump coin mania. Don't get distracted. Everyone's caught up in wondering what Trump coin will do. But here's the thing. While the hype's loud, the real coins are being quietly accumulated right now by smart money. Think about it. All this money that's suddenly flooding in, what do you think they're really buying? You should have saw the DMs I got from this. People replying to my story. Like, bro, it's going to $100. What do you mean, bro? Trump coin. Like, I was looking at some of these replies like, man, I replied to some people like, you're better off buying it when it comes back to $20, $30. Like, this was I wouldn't say distraction. It's a meme coin. It came out and it did what coins do when they come out. They pump, they dump. When a coin comes out, it's gonna pump, it's gonna dump. It did what it did. What more would you have expected from something like this, right? So I was writing the day I sold, because I made 71 Solana off of this. I was writing the day I sold on my story, because everyone was asking about Trump coin. My reply to the people that were asking all about is, how much Bitcoin do you have? Do you have 1 Bitcoin? You know, in terms of what you're buying. We often talk about in terms of what you're buying, right? So a little lesson, thing I wrote last night on some mindset that maybe not everybody understands. I've had 10 years in the game, so I think differently about capital. There's always going to be that 5-10x play. You guys should go read what I wrote in the mindset page today. I'll brief some of it down here real quick, but there was a little note I wrote here because everyone getting into crypto doesn't realize short term in the market is 4 to 5 years. That's what most people don't realize is, mind you, I've been in this for 10 years. So what a lot of people coming into crypto don't really realize, like, you're going to get the most experience, not overnight, not trying to catch that 10x, 50x play. So staying in the game longer is going to help you learn how to capitalize on those more effectively in the future, right? They come in cycles, right? In life, business, whatever. Trading, if you look at gold, the best buy setups come in cycles. They're not coming like, the best buy setups that you can hold come in cycles, right? The market's not just always a buy that I can just hold or a sell that I can just hold forever. Whether it's business, investing, things in life in general, a lot of the trading talks that we have like this can apply to life too, in general. Those types of really good opportunities can kind of fall in your lap when you're not looking for them at times, to be honest. They can hit the community chat, the Twitter, a good YouTube video that you're just studying, you know. By, I think, just doing regular tasks in a straight orientated line. If you're continuously every week following the same program, a same plan, routine, things will come to you. Things will fall in your lap in that way. Let's say, for instance, if you're maybe watching YouTube videos every week, doing some crypto research every week, going on Twitter, looking up recent news, daily news, staying kind of up to date with things, so you can just kind of get in a rhythm and a flow. The more you do that, the more you come accustomed to it and you know how to do it faster, you adapt to it. But those 50x, if you're always searching for the 50x, 10x, you might run out of, let's say, capital. What's the term I'm looking for? The value. So when we measure money, let's say. So let me rewind. When you measure money, it's what it can buy you at the time. So money is measured in what it can really buy you at the time, what you can get at the current time for your dollar. For instance, Bitcoin is $96,000. Well, what was Bitcoin 8 months ago, 9 months ago, a year ago? So a year ago, if you were to measure what your dollar could get you a year ago in terms of BTC to USD, a year ago that dollar could get you more of that, right? That's how we measure money. If you want to get ahead in life, buy the things that you know you'll need later now, right? If that makes sense. If you want to get ahead and you want to outperform the economy, maybe buy the things you know you'll need 4 months from now, 6 months from now, 8 months from now. So how you measure purchasing power is what we call it, right? We call it purchasing power. If you're always searching for that, that's what this kind of goes into. If you're always searching for that quick flip, that 10x, that 50x, right? You're going to end up losing your purchasing power over time, right? And the best times where the purchasing power is going to be, there's not when you're always looking for it, when you have it ready, and it comes in cycles, right? Things come in cycles, even trades, good trading opportunities on gold, they come in cycles. They're not always going to be there. For last Friday is a good example of this kind of metaphor that I kind of installed in myself to kind of learn how to take a step back at times. And obviously we're on things every day, every other day, but for me, I used this metaphor myself. I kind of came up with this with how things come in cycles, because I've recognized that over the years of trading, right? When you look at gold, for instance, last Friday is a good example of something just coming in a cycle where you didn't have to be on the chart a lot to catch it, really. It came there. Anyone who was chasing the market before would have missed it, right? It's scenarios like that, situations like that, that can make the difference to maximizing on your trades, the bigger trades that you can hold. Let's take this week, for instance. Gold, we had buys here, right? A lot of us were in those trades, and a lot of us probably got out early, right? I'm not holding it anymore. Anyone catch gold? Is still holding? Anyone still holding? Yeah, I'm good. People asking, yeah, I'm good. I'm young. Had a rough bug. Well, rough bug, let's say. I didn't eat much, but I'm looking good. Gotta hit the gym. Hollywood said something funny before. A little bit late. What time is it? A little bit late? It's early here. What time is it there? No skids. Oh, no. Skids here. Never mind. Never mind. Skids in the building. Yeah, like there's so escalating news. We gotta talk about some things with the whole Russia Ukraine. That might be coming to an end, or let's see. So it's said. These are those opportunities that may come once, twice a week that kind of are there when, man, the market may be on the wrong side of everyone, let's say. Because think about like how much this was dropping and how fast it was dropping for hours, right? Basically, the market took out, right? The market took out like 3 days, like it went up gradually, and then in hours it dumps. That's what gold will do. This thing goes up. So you see here, right? You guys see this sheet? This thing goes up for how many days? Like maybe 2-3 days ish. About 2 days, yeah. And then in hours it dumps. So like the market will always trade onto the side where most people are going to be wrong, as well. You gotta kind of think that it's like a game. It's like a game. I kind of think kind of like a little bigger metaphorically with that, but like if the transfer of money and if a market is made from buyers and sellers simultaneously, and if the transfer of money is from the impatient to the patient, these are the types of scenarios that need to play out to catch those types of setups. And it may not always take being involved in a trade, like participating, let's say, if we use the word participating in the market, right, to capitalize on that. So when you talk about participating in the market, remember, I've been coaching a lot on psychology for the years. That's probably what I've been also known best for, is mindset, discipline, psychology, helping traders become confident. That's really my skill. If you spend 3 to 4 months with me, you might hear me yell at you at times, but all jokes aside, you'll be more disciplined in your trading. I know that because I've taught tens and thousands of people, and I've seen the result. I've seen it for itself. There's people in the chat who can probably confess to this. I say that humbly and confidently. So, when it comes back to it, patience is in a market and big setups are made. You got to think this happened in hours. So, All of this was stop losses, stop losses, stop losses getting collected, hit, buy entries coming maybe back to break even, early buyers, early buyers, early buyers. It happens with Bitcoin too, right? In the Bitcoin market, liquidations happen, right? I've been liquidated. It hurts. It's a hurt. It's a hurt thing. It's a hurtful thing. It's better. You could trace those big trades on crypto, but it's better to just own the asset. Think about like crypto. For those of you guys who might understand it more with crypto, some of you guys might understand it in terms of like crypto liquidations or flash crashes in crypto when there's a day where crypto just dumps and everybody gets liquidated out of their trades. Forex, same thing. Gold's just a much bigger market than crypto. You got to remember that. So those flashes that happen on Bitcoin, how you see them, the same thing for gold is pretty much this. Like those big crashes on, or like a bigger one would be when there was some China news. Where was that, in June? When was that China news? When it was a Friday, and man, gold dumped. I think it was like in June, to be honest. Or it was like here, like these days. That's like, think about crypto, for those of you guys who might understand this in crypto terms. Those big days where crypto gets liquid or flash crashing, oh my gosh, I buy the dip, and then buying the dip turns into the dip turns into a dip, and then you got a dippity dip all of a sudden. Gold is a much bigger market than Bitcoin and crypto. By a lot. By a lot. Apple is bigger, like Apple stock, Nvidia. Gold is 10 times bigger than Bitcoin, right? It was, see, yeah, you remember June, that China news. Remember the China news came out Friday? That thing dumped. I think it was that day, or oh no, it was this day. Here it is. Found it. That is like gold at like, like the crypto liquidation type of shit that happens in the market, right? Gold's a bigger market, so it can recover fine. Gold's a much bigger market. So these dumps, you get these dumps, you might be expecting more. Like this is a big dump. This is like a big buy the dip scenario on gold. If you look at the last month, you can see many times it's made pretty much a similar measured movement. So when we're talking about something called measured movements, Skid says you guys caught me slacking. Yeah, you guys caught me slacking this week. Don't worry, it's gonna be a good year. It's been a fire month. When you're looking at like gold on a 4-hour time frame, this whole month, last 30 days or so, you've seen the same types of dips occur at different, not even at different times of the week, pretty much around the same times of the week, going into the same time of the week. They've even gotten a bit bigger as the markets gradually increased over time. But you could see since kind of like end of December going into that first week of January, you can measure these, and we call this, in trading terms, in the trading world, this is called measured movements, right? You can write that down. That's a term, measured movements, right? Gradually, these are similar in size, as you can see. Similar in shape. They are pretty measured, right? In terms of movement. Maybe some bigger, lesser, more. They're almost average the size, we could say. They all look, to my eye, pretty similar. All right? So, the market, I've learned from guys who are a lot older than me. Like, I'm 28. Most of the guys I've learned from are like 40s, late, like older, Dubai living, done, chilling. Like, they're older. Most of the guys have taken a lot of notes, and I think my best breakthroughs have come from like this one guy old guy from Dubai. He used to be like the #1 guy on TradingView, and then TradingView banned him. I took his course when I was like 17. Me and my one of my best friends, Daniel. It was like $3,000 and that's what that at the time was like, whoa. 3,000 USD. Woo. I was like 17, 18 years old. This guy would go live 3 a.m. every day and just teach, and he would go on his rants kind of like I do. And man, I would get some of the biggest breakthroughs on this call just listening to this guy. He got banned, and man, like certain people along the way you learn from, and you just kind of install things. A lot of things I've learned from people that are at successful levels in trading. They don't always participate in the market, but they wait for trends. They look for trends. So they may not be every day in the market, scalping or day trading intraday. They may be just waiting for a trend to start appearing. Because that's what the market can be gradually made of over time. If we have a year in the market, we have 4 months, right? We have our quarters, we have our months. We might have months that have significantly more of a green candle or significantly more of a red candle, a month that trends more than the others. Obviously, this gold, with all the wars and crises and conflicts going in the world, you see more green candles this year, right? But there can be times where there's red candles, green candles simultaneously, maybe month after month as well. A lot of traders that I know that make really good money, they're not. And when I was trading, I used to just trade on the 4-hour 2022, and then I got a lot into scalping, teaching scalping the past couple of years. I formed a good scalping strategy. So once you know the scalping strategy, it can become something that you're like, once you're good at it, it may become addictive too. Sometimes like, whoa, I gotta take a step back, yo, chill. There's a lot of trades you can find, especially once your eyes start to like see scalping on gold. It might be different. It could be different level. So one of my favorite styles is just the 4-hour. And how I like to think about it is just imagine if your chart was only limited to the 4-hour time frame. Just imagine if that was the only time frame you had access to. So in 2021, 2022, mid 2022, all I traded was the 4-hour, and I made like $475,000 trading withdrawn just by focusing on the 4-hour. And that was it. I had clean setups, maybe like 2-3 setups a week sometimes, on average, less more. But that was the mindset. That's the style I'm going more into this year with gold. Is more 4-hour framing things, looking for those setups that are clear in the trend. Because if you really understand gold, if you really understand trends, look at this past month, for instance. This is the 4-hour time frame zoomed out, right? I'm maybe teaching a lot of scalping and all that, but personal like trading style, I didn't teach everything. Right, I can teach everything. Remember that. I can teach indicators that I don't even freaking use, but it's a waste of time. I can teach things that I find are effective, that have worked for me, have allowed me to take money out of the market. That's usually the route I go. So most of the things you think like I'll talk about on these streams are things that have allowed me to extract what we're trying to do, right? The goal is to make money. The goal is not always to be a perfectionist in a way. There's a fine line of perfection and imperfection. As a trader, you might find you can make money doing things maybe like in a not so pretty way, right? So the goal of a trader is to identify trends. That will make the job easier. And understand at the level of 10 years, look at the stuff I teach you guys. You have a long game ahead of you. Some of you guys are 1 year in, 2 years in. Trust me, around, let's say 4 years will be that 4 or 5 year point, after 3 years, most people start to come around like breakthroughs. 3-4 years of trading. That was what it was for me. Around 4 years into the market, started to experience more of those breakthroughs. So the goal is to extract, and then extract it to something that will store value long term. Not financial advice. This is blueprint mindset. If I'm extracting from the market, profits are good to pay bills and stuff as well. You know, I mean, you don't want to look at the market as something that I got to pay my bills with. That leaves too much pressure for you. Your goal is to make the best trades and grow your account. Extract something, use it for something obviously, but you don't want to always put that pressure on you. If you're like, oh, I gotta, you know, it might put some pressure on you. A lot of traders go into that mindset when they first start trading. The dippity dip sucks. You ever see like the sniper rifle meme? It's like the dip. I bought the dip. It's like, this, we gotta remember this, right? These are things to remember. Okay? That's what I lacked in my first 4 or 5 years. That's the thing I lacked. All right? So I'll teach you guys the things that I lacked too, that you can catch on early on, that'll adjust to make you more efficient. Because for most people, maybe getting into the market, you work a 9 to 5, right? So time is money. In a 9 to 5, time equals money. In the market, efficiency equals money. You're not going to make more money by putting more time into the market. You make more money by being efficient, planned, orientated. Putting more time into the market does not always equate to more money, which could also be more trades for a lot of people. Time, if you work a job, you may be used to going to work every Friday getting paid, maybe every other Friday or at the end of the month you get a paycheck. You go to work at night or in the morning, the time you spend there equals money, right? You can't think of the market like that, because obviously if you do, you might get greedy. You might get really greedy as well, because you might be always trying to make more for your time, right? And not accept, oh, I made $1,000 today in an hour. That was a good day, right? Didn't have to go to work, or, you know, like thinking of a different perspective, switching the mindset. Like, oh, I only made $100 this week. No, you had a profitable business this week. Different mindset, right? So shape the perspective. So the market, the more time you spend in the market, the more efficient you get. That's the key, all right? Because only the game is going to teach you the game. So the more time you spend, time equals progress. That will lead to more efficiency. So most of you guys are in the stage right now for the market. There's 2 stages in the market, right? If you were to take a chart, right? Most of you guys want the progress, the time equaling money, right? Most of you guys are in like progress time stage, the progress over time, which could be like, you know, looking at like time at the bottom, 0, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. More progress you make, more time you spend, will lead to more efficiency. Where you'll get to by doing that, maybe after some years, is where that time will translate more into money. All right? Where now the time, you've made progress, you've learned skills, you've adapted to scenarios, situations, you've made mistakes. That will sooner equate to money, right? Because first it's more developing the skills, and that is why pretty much 90% of traders fail in the beginning. So if you wonder why 90% of traders fail in maybe a year or two, they give up, they don't understand those things like that, all right? So remember that throughout the journey. You don't have to rush the process, because you have a lot of time to participate in the process. And you might feel like, remember, it goes back to the word participating. Remember I said highlight that word participating, right? If let's say if you're not doing something, how are you going to feel? You're going to feel like you're doing something wrong. Like if you're not taking trades, if you're not physically taking trades, aka you're not participating, you might feel like, yo, what am I doing wrong? I can't find anything. You might see someone on Instagram post something like, oh my gosh, if that, so that's an emotion. That's if I'm not if I'm not participating in the market, I'm like, man, I'm doing something wrong. What's wrong with me? Right? That's an emotion. So in trading, you want to make decisions that take away the emotion. You want to be able to go to the chart and say, I'm making a decision. There's no emotion involved here, win or lose, right? I may go on rants like this from time to time, maybe once or twice, once a week. Maybe once a week. The weekly rant. Smash the like button if you got some bars there. Drop some bars there, trust me. One day you'll be like, damn, that guy was right. One day, if like 2-3 years from now, you'll be like, shit, this guy was right about everything. He's telling me the future. So what's my goal? My goal is to extract quickly. I don't care, make 5,000 in a day. I made 6,000 on the goal I should have held. I was really distracted this week, sick, not feeling good. So man, I had the buys here. I got out on that candle. But I should have had a much heavier position. But I made good profit either way. There'll be another setup like that to look for. Maybe in the near future. Maybe now. But after that went up, I was like, you know what? I'm going to withdraw. Why is my goal to extract quick? Well, look at the way the world's moving. We talk about the evolution of money, right? Most people still haven't grasped their head on this. So, if you guys go watch the video in my videos, smash the like button on the video, smash the like button on the video, subscribe if you're new. We're here pretty much every day unless I get sick or if I don't feel good. Or if it's like, guys, we can't trade today because we got to be defensive. Some days we got to be defensive too. It's all about sometimes defense, offense. I think those of you guys who like sports know what I'm talking about. I mean, you can have defense, offense, you know. Man, I've been posting a lot. Where is it? The crypto ones, like right before elections. I tried to, if I make a crypto video, I'm making it at a certain time. If I talk about crypto in a certain way and make a video at crypto, just know it's something I'm trying to get out to the world. It's like Batman signal, basically. If I'm talking about crypto with you, if I'm giving you hints on crypto, I'm pretty much putting out the Batman signal. I don't put a lot of crypto videos, is what I'm saying. Right? Before elections, I dropped a few, and if you haven't seen those videos, like, to be honest, it's crazy, because those are some of my, literally, yeah, this is one of my lowest viewed videos. Literally, this is probably the second lowest viewed video. The first, yeah, this one. This is pretty much the lowest viewed video, and it was right before the election, when Bitcoin was at like $50,000, $60,000. These videos that I was making on, if you go to every crypto video I made, it was at a good price. I'm not gonna go through all this, but we talk about like the evolution of money. Things have gotten faster. Credit cards. Have you guys seen the Burger King commercial? Anyone see the Burger King commercial in like the maybe 70s or 80s? Anyone know what I'm talking about? Maybe it was 1990s. Credit cards. When did credit cards? Oh no, 70s. What am I saying? Credit cards weren't out in the 70s, were they? Let me look it up. I might be like, oh yeah, here we go. Here, watch this for instance. Watch it and listen. I got do I have Bloomberg playing? I do. I got the Fed today. Ooh, spicy day, folks. 2 p.m. Alright, you gotta watch this video real quick, because I find this interesting. Listen to what they say, how they talk. Alright?
What? The home of the Whopper is offering cash or credit.
I think it's pretty bad if you have to use a credit card when you go to a fast food restaurant for something as little as $3.10.
If I use my GM card and I get a 5% rebate, if I eat here long enough, I'll be able to buy a pickup truck.
Burger King bosses say workers will have to figure out how much change the customer gets back.
I just hope it doesn't slow things down at the cash and carry, that people are going to be having to call New York and get the confirmation or, you know, whatever it is, because when I want a Whopper, I want it now.
Just another way to spend money. I'm sure it'll work for people on vacation when they don't have to do something, but I can't imagine it working on a day-to-day basis here.
So far, the smallest credit has been for $2.50. The largest, just over 10. Jamie Costello, News Channel 2.
You see
I
what
think it's pretty-
some of those people are saying? There's other reactions too. I think there's a longer one that has a bit more other reactions. That one guy was smart. This guy, this guy was smart. He says, I use my credit card and rebate on the rebate card. He said, some of them are saying, like, I find it's useless to use this. I'd rather use, the one guy said, I'd rather just use my coins. Right, saying I'd rather just pay with the coins that I have. Realistically, right now, do any of you guys go to a restaurant? Like, if you go to a Burger King, like maybe with a little change, if you have some on you, what are you usually using? Like me, for instance, I'm not. If I'm buying something real quick, I'm not usually paying with change, cash. Usually swiping. Most of the time, when I'm behind someone who's paying. So I notice, I pay attention to things a lot, you know, look at the world around you, pay attention, observe the masses, do the opposite. If you look at most people who are paying in front of you, they're using their phone. They're literally double clicking on their phone and going, ding, ding, ding. They're not even putting in a pin, putting in a card. Me, I still put in a pin, and I still put in my card and put in my pin, because I'm about safety, all right? But Bitcoin, Ledger. See, everything has a deeper meaning to it, all right? But this is interesting because this is 1993, right? The world changed fast. So when we talk about the evolution of money, guys, why am I someone who will try to extract from the market and then withdraw quick? Because the world's moving fast. Bitcoin's moving fast, right? And the first video I ever made on Bitcoin was that time is running out. And most people don't understand this yet. When I say most people, I mean a lot of you in this. You know, we got like over 200 people on here. I had like 500 on here. Most people, even a lot of you, might have not wrapped your head around this yet at the level that I understand it. But the first video I ever made on Bitcoin was time is running out. What you need to know. This was 9 months ago. This would have been pretty much right when the ETFs came out for Bitcoin. I'm not in any trades. Just catching up back on the market. Been off the market for the last like 45, like Skid said, or someone said in the chat. So I'm patient right now. I caught the buys. I gave you guys that setup here, ran through that as well. Like, I got the double dip on the market. So I'm a little patient right now. Price isn't at a buy right now. There's no buy here. Anything, like, look, it just hit. It just hit 29.30. So, no, there's not a, I wouldn't say this is a buy entry here. No, not here right now, because it literally just came down, right? Maybe a bit before I started the session, like 6, 7 in the morning, it was dropping. Wouldn't want to just buy. Sometimes what I like to look at is like, oh, like, see this? Sometimes, so it already made a first move up. Maybe there could be a correction, lower price. You want to wait for buys at the right price. So whole numbers help to know, like, is this even a good entry to buy? Like, obviously it's at 29.40. When you look at the 4 hour, it's looking like it's trying to get above resistance on that 4 hour chart. Actually, I'm not looking for sells yet. If you guys know me and what we've been talking about for the last month, sells have been coming on Fridays. So one thing I didn't even mention with kind of a little training I was doing before with the arrows and the whole measured moves topic, a lot of those sells, so a lot of those down moves you see on gold, they start on like Friday, end of the week. So like if you really study gold, you go in depth and you really look at price and pay attention to time, market opening, market closing times as well. You pay attention and you go really study this chart on your own time, like kind of deep dive into it. Because obviously I could show you this stuff, guys, too, and hand you the knowledge and the information. But to know something and not to do it is pretty much like not knowing it at all. Alright? I can apply to a lot of things in life. See, trading, in trading, things go deep. So knowing something, maybe knowing some information, knowing and not applying it is what I mean. You could know something, I could just tell you something like this is this, but not applying it, right? It's kind of like not knowing it at all, right? There's not much of a difference there, right? If you're not really applying it, testing it. So I would go study, deep dive into the chart, because you guys might be like, how does he know some of this information? I deep dive into things. It's kind of like when I was 17 years old, one of the first like YouTube videos I watched was this guy named Tai Lopez. So like 10 years ago, I watched a YouTube video, I remember, and I watched it probably 50 times. Probably 50 times. Like I replayed, that's how I remember this video right now. And he said, you want to be like a mad scientist in anything you do, any industry, any approach, anything you're trying to solve, whatever it applies to. You want to think outside the box is the point that he was getting to. Because once you become that type of person, eventually everything you touch will turn to gold. And I think that was the title of the video. I think that might have been the title of the video. I was 17, I remember watching that video. I have a really good memory, photographic too. Like my memory, it's pretty much how most people's brains work is memory. You have your subconscious and your conscious mind, right? If you've ever studied Bob Proctor's lessons, or Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, those guys. Most of like how your brain operates is in images, visions, right? That's usually how I think the most, is in visions. So I vision stuff. What's something, for example, like when I take naps, I'm visioning profitable days, let's say, visioning a bigger picture. I used to, when I was 17 years old, 18 years old, I used to vision myself speaking on stage in front of thousands of people. So I remember I'd be sleeping on my mom's couch and visioning speaking in front of people, walking on stage, walking a certain way. I remember this. I'll be on my mom's couch because I learned a lot about the vision and like what we call the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of frequency. When I was like 17 years old, I started studying this stuff. I kind of said, fuck school, and I'm gonna this seems interesting. So how I usually think is in visions, and then start to try to find ways to translate that. Sometimes it takes me longer, but it usually happens, always. And that's why you got to kind of put things out to the universe. You might see me post random you might see me go on my stories and kind of do, if you follow me on Instagram, you might see me talk about some random things on my story that might seem random, or sometimes I talk on my stories. I'm not trying to always talk to you guys even. I'm trying to more put something out there for the universe to see, for the world to see. if you go back to a lot of my captions and my stuff, I've done this a lot, right? So I'll put one out to you guys right now. So for instance, when I'm 30 years old, the vision right here, 30, 31, maybe between that age. It might be between 30, 31. I don't know it exactly, I don't know it perfectly, but it's going to be around there. I'll be out of this cold weather. Miami condo, on the beach, waterfront. That's what I mean by putting stuff out to the universe. You got to kind of create visions for yourself, right? Bigger pictures at times, right? Me where I'm at right now, living in a hotel right now. Honestly, if you asked me when I was 18, 17 years old, if I would have been living in a hotel, wouldn't have thought it. But I had a lot of different visions at that time that I saw myself, like walking on stages, educating people, impacting the masses, profitable days, different visions that eventually things like that became more believable. Yeah, it looks like we're trying to maybe break above, like close above this. You'd have to watch price action on this candle and the next to get more clear confirmation that we're trying to get above this. We have maybe a break and retest forming here, yeah. I kind of see it on the 4-hour chart here for gold. We've obviously been in an uptrend for gold. It's Wednesday. We got a big day today, though, later in like hours from now, 5-6 hours from now, I think, 2 p.m. Eastern time. 2 p.m. Eastern time here. Coming up maybe in, what's that, 5 hours? So, gold's obviously been an uptrend. And I think I've been saying the same thing for the last month, over a month now. Since, you know, we did our first stream, I think maybe, when was first stream? January 10th, around there. Maybe middle of the month. So, about a month now. Honestly, guys, it's kind of been the same tempo of talks. Like, gold's been in an uptrend on the bigger picture. I think it's more strategically been in the favor to always be on the go with the flow, right? And go with more of the uptrend flow. We've been saying that for the last month, right? Imagine always looking for sells every time it's high, like it's gonna dump. Imagine maybe being the person who's like, this is gonna dump, adjusting your and holding it to your stop loss, like catching sells and being like, I gotta catch the big swing, right? I've been saying it for the last month. You can go back on lots of sessions. The receipts are there. All right? And you can really go back and see, like I've said the same thing, like the market hasn't showed really that sign or given evidence, I like to say. That's probably the term I've used, is evidence for sells, for big sells. Like I've said that on pretty much every stream. There really hasn't been that evidence there, that concrete, like, yo, we're going in a downtrend. Oh, this is shifting to a downtrend. That evidence, we're going to use that word, evidence, all right? Write that down. So, you know, you can sound smarter. I just read a lot, all right? I just read a lot of books and information, all right? And I've been around millionaires, 100 millionaires, so you see the way 100 millionaires talk, all right? Without millionaire talk, you see how I know some millionaires who talk stupid, but you see the way like 100 millionaires talk. Wait till I get to that level. Evidence, all right? We haven't had enough evidence yet to really solidify the fact that sellers are here, you know, on the charts and in the world. There's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. I don't think a lot of people are aware of it. I think traders are. That's why it's good to be, when you become a trader, you kind of you kind of learn, like, you're up to date with news. You're like, oh, you know, this is going, you're kind of ahead of the curve, you could say, if you wish. Look at these entries. I had some fucking solid entries here, man. I'm telling you. Should have held some of these. I held. Good. Got out. Got back in. Held a lot of these. Made some good profit. It is what it is. Life is life. I ended up closing and got some re-entries. I put like 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, I think I put like 0.22, 0.22, 0.22. I caught some re-entries on the setup I went over the other day. Guys, I tell you, even though I wasn't here, I know everybody missed me. My DMs, bro, like got some holy moly ravioli. That's what I gotta eat. Some dinner ravioli.
It's hard to.
Bro, I know. I'm back. I'm back. I know you guys miss me, but I give you guys the keys every session. They're there. Whether I'm here or not, there was something there. I give you guys the keys, alright? I still, even though I wasn't here for like, what, 45? Missed the last 45? I still gave you guys the keys, alright? The keys were there. There's all these fake accounts are going on. I know. No, I know. Ah, man, I knew this. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be this bad, but like, cause in the past, I used to get a lot of fake Instagram accounts, but because I have the blue check mark, that doesn't really happen anymore. It's hard for it to happen. Once I see an account, it's just like I can take it down instantly. Like if I see anyone who has any, like, so it's like, that's why I paid for the blue check mark. People rip me in my DMs, like people comment on my posts like, oh yeah, buddy, you pay for a check mark. They don't understand. I'm trying to protect people. It's like, bro, I have it for a reason, not because I'm trying to look cool, like I'm verified or something. So like, yeah, like that's why my Instagram has the blue check mark. And my educational Instagram, forex trading, they have the blue check mark on them. They should. Yeah. Like ECABs, _ECABs. That's why I have that. That's why I pay that flipping fee. It's like, what is it? I'm going to be paying that for life. That's how they get you. That's how Netflix gets you. Netflix gets you paying $10 a month, every month, or whatever it is, for 10, 20 years. That's how they get you. Yeah, like, I'll maybe watch gold for a bit. I want to see, we have a spicy day today. If there's a setup, I'll call it out, but gotta watch price for a bit, because if it still wants to break up more, it could form some support later on and try to go trade higher. The whole Trump, Ukraine, Russia news. Fact-checking Donald Trump. See what we can find. What have you guys found? Gotta dig in today. I was supposed to do that the other day, but I didn't. He obviously went on his speech and says, see how, this wouldn't happen with me as president, this deal, they should have made a deal, all that. I know that, never, yeah. Should have never started it, all this. Because I saw some posts saying potentially this is coming to peace. Donald Trump, yeah. So with, yeah, I said holy moly ravioli because, bruh, every day there's a new Discord fake account. So just, there's one account. It's the one that posts. So in my Discord, there's one. I won't have a backup account. There's one that posts. It looks like this. You can see like it's subscriber, the server boost. So I boosted my server creator, originally known as Evan Cabral. That one that posts is me. I didn't realize how many damn fake accounts in Discord there were gonna be. Where are they coming from? What's the usual suspect for those fake accounts, huh? Like, damn, bro. Chill. They gotta chill, man. Where are they coming from? No cook, nah, man. You don't gotta cook for me. I can cook for myself. I don't need another dude cooking for me. Get me a beer. Beer on you. Alright? Beer's on you. Okay, you know, beer's on you. I know how to cook. I used to work at a restaurant. Beer's on you. That's what you got. Never cook for another man. Only a woman. Alright? Only cook for a woman. Beer's on you. Or 1942. Shaken really, really hard on thin ice so it gets crispy and turns yellow. On you. 1942. Shaken, not stirred on thin ice. You know, and I didn't no chaser. Just straight. That's the deal, alright? Lessons of calves. My lessons of the calves, alright? We'll all learn a lot of things together here. Alright? We'll all learn a lot of things. I worked in an Italian restaurant, a really good one, so I was really put in the spot. Pretty much fake it till you make it situation. Learned how to become a cook in 4 years. Oh, it was crazy. Yeah, if we look at the daily right now as well, now I'm on the daily, so I'm looking here now. Is that 25? Around 29.25. A little bit above it, like 29.30 on the daily, 29.25 area. We can see a daily rejection area that we're above on the daily right now, right? Yeah, we got above there, made a new high. So when we go to daily, I'm taking my time today because I haven't been on the last 45. I went on, and last week I binge watched. I finished the Fast and Furious marathon. I went on. Fire. Probably redo that in some years. So for those of you guys who go on like Harry Potter binge watches, Lord of the Rings, something, Star Wars, Fast and Furious. Sometimes, only when the time's right. But you gotta do it at once because it takes you gotta do it. You gotta get it done. Like if you're gonna watch a season of something, you gotta watch it in 2 days. You gotta do it at once. Yeah, you gotta be on the charts. Peep that. Daily. We're above the daily here still. So we got to kind of be conscious of that as well. Where we are on the daily chart at the moment. We've broken above that previous structure point for gold. So we can obviously, like, I still think we could say we're in an uptrend. We've been in one. We can't, I think, like I said, not enough evidence yet to really take the market out of that uptrend yet, I'd say. So when you go daily, we're above that, I would say 29.30, 29.25 area. That's a key area. We're above on gold right now. So that keeps us maybe more bullish from the daily perspective. It did already wick down to there, we can see. And this candle currently is showing like some not indecision, more consolidation bullish. Like it's acting more bullish, pushing up above that high. So I think maybe for the next, going into Friday, from now until Friday, the market looks like it could potentially sustain above this high when we break things down. It already had a pullback to it. Now it's doing another pullback. Keeping an eye on that type of price action for the day. If it can trade above here, could potentially lead for a bigger move to the upside, going towards the 29.50 or beyond that, if the market is able to stay above this daily high area. All right. Faith it till you make it. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh man, cooks. Maybe steaks, you know. Maybe some steaks on the Barbie. Some good steaks on the, you know. Like a good fire steak. That's what I need right now. I need a Ruth's. Ruth's is across the street from here. If you know Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, like it's pretty good steak. That's a good steakhouse. Like I'd rate it. It's good, but when you've been to like really good ones, you're like, okay, Roost is actually all right, but it's really good. Like, it's really good. I gotta get one of those. Go to Dubai. Go to Dior. The Dior. Whew. They have a Dubai Noma's place there in Dubai. Fire steaks. You can get kind of a round table of different cuts from different places in the world, and it's a different experience. We were eating steaks like mad. Yeah, for now, guys, I think daily, back to daily. I think price action still looks bullish. You have a good volume point down here, red candle, 4 hour. That's around 29.15. Volume point, meaning you can see it's a sell candle. After it, the market went completely bullish. So when if the market were to come trade back to that, it could potentially be a point where more demand is found, if it ever gets back to that point. When I say volume point, you might hear me say that from time and time again. Volume point. That's a term we use here quite often. Yeah, them steaks hot. They're fire steaks. Trust, if you go you travel the world though, you can get some crazy steaks out there. I've been to 40 countries, so I got to taste a lot of the world. And price isn't everything, depending on where you are. Remember, location could be a thing too. Price isn't always paying top dollar for everything isn't always what like getting the best. It could be more the experience you're paying for. You can find, but Roos is fair. Roos is like a fair, good price for like a fire steak. That's what we craving today. Yeah, so we have to watch gold. There's FOMC meeting minutes today at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So that's in 5 hours from now. The market is probably going to wait till then to really do a lot of movement. Like, that's the only red folder news that we have for the day on USD. And it's coming in 5 hours. So even looking at the charts where they are after that could be something. FOMC meeting minutes is a conference meeting held by Federal Reserve, scheduled 8 times per year, 3 weeks after the Federal Reserve fund rates is announced. So it's a detailed record of the FOMC's most recent meeting, providing in-depth insights into the economic and financial conditions. So it's going to spice up the market. I think today, being with a lot of news, gold's going to move a lot for sure. It's an FOMC event, so it usually does, but I think keeping an eye on, let's break it down a bit more here. Daily chart, again, we went over that. Daily chart is above that area, 29.25, 29.30, we can see. So it could still be holding demand if it manages to stay above there. It already looks like on the candle chart it did go for like a break and retest. So at one point this line chart was the line chart was down there kind of curving back. This could be a signal where it's trying to push higher. Maybe it hits that 29.50. So again, daily, we'll keep breaking it down and see what we can see. Just keep that in mind. Daily, obviously, above there. I think that's where we see that good rejection come in, closing. In a year, we who's in Dubai? I guess, yeah, yo. Who's in Dubai, yo? Who's got me? Who's got a crib in Dubai, yo? A fire crib, you know? Anyone got anything? You come to Dubai for a bit sometime. Who's out there? We'll be in the inner circle. Message me on Discord. Message this account on Discord. I've been away for the last 45, but I'm going to get back to my DMs today, guys. My bad. I got to catch up on everything. It'll only take me like 2 hours once I'm done this stream. It won't take me long. I'm pretty efficient and fast. It'll only take me a couple hours today to really just get back to everyone. So when I'm done the stream, I don't know when we're going to be done. We might be done in an hour. We might be done in 2 hours. We might be done in 3 hours. We'll see. But when I'm done, I'll get back to everybody on Discord. But message me on this Discord, not any other one. Evan, see how it says Evan Cabral there? I got the Discord name Evan Cabral. So Evan Cabral. Any other one is foo-foo. There's Evan Cabral 1. There's been a lot we've seen. I've gotten some of them taken down and removed, banned. But they keep making them. Like what? Like they keep making them, bro. Like every day, or let's say like not every day, maybe every other day. They were fresh at the beginning of this week, and then maybe they were like, "This guy's sick. I gotta like." Tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane, man. Got some Samuel Jackson rage right now. Samuel Jackson Jackson type of rage. Are I going live? Should I go live? I don't know. You guys gotta spam the Discord for me to go live, and I will. We'll see. We'll see how everyone's feeling later. Should I? I don't know. Let's see. You gotta smash. If everyone on the video, if everyone smash the like button right now and subscribe to the channel, everyone smash for me to go live. And I will. We got only 63 likes, so I don't know. Maybe probably not. You know, we got 210 on right now. We got 780 views. I mean, everybody's gotta smash the like button, man. Get me that energy back. Everyone's gotta smash that like button, and yeah, we'll go live. Everyone smash the like button. I'll come back in the afternoon. Let's see where we can get it. Man, it's 63 right now. Come on, you guys can do better than that. You guys can do better than that. I've been dropping gems. I've been dropping future keys, like DJ Khaled says. You know, everything I do is for a future point to get ahead. Drop the future. I'm dropping future investments for you guys. Future gems. What have been that daily? I think gold will keep pushing up. Like I said the other day, I've been spending a lot of time kind of just looking at it, breaking down. Daily above there. It already came down to there. I think it could just have more bullish momentum today. Stay above here. If there's a big deep retracement, like you could still wait, like watch the market. It's not about chasing price, it's finding the right entry. I wouldn't personally buy here. I don't like the entry so much. We'll watch price. Like you have support forming here, so this would be pretty much like if that's your higher high, this could be the last sort of anchor formed. If that's your higher high in price here, if this is a higher high in price and this is the lows where we pretty much came from, support, and you had to move up, right? All right, we had to move up here, retracement down. All right, boom, minor retracement down. Is this retracement going to take us into a new high, make a higher high? Or is it going to become a deeper retracement, flush out some early buyers, maybe into the bigger zone, or even into the volume point down here? There's a good volume point all the way down here on the 4 hour. So we're looking at maybe the current structure on the 5-minute angle here, where we've been making higher highs in price. Price has been going higher, higher highs, retraced and made a higher high. And then from there, even made this pretty crazy retracement that went all the way up and made a new high. So now when you're looking at price right here, it's just pulled down. Minorly, it could be a retracement that takes us up more and has more bullish momentum. This structure would need to hold and print that. You would need to kind of be trading on the fact that, okay, we have a low here, potentially this low could push up and still maintain price direction upwards. If it doesn't really sustain, then the other scenario would be letting price go for perhaps a deeper retracement back into the major daily zone that I highlighted for maybe a better entry reaction. Does that make sense? That makes sense? Snakes on a Plane. I haven't watched that in a long time. I watched that as a kid. My mom didn't like it because there was swearing in it, right? When I was young, I remember. My mom was Portuguese, Brazilian, born in Brazil, so if you'd get soap in the mouth if you swore. If you swore as a kid, soap in the mouth. All right? And I respect her for that. I love that woman for that, all right? She knew what she was doing. Those Brazilian mom, tougher than a Portuguese dad, I'll tell you that. Oh, man. Spam it, guys. We're at 104 now likes. We got to get it up. Come on. If I see that at 200, then you guys will motivate me. So, yeah, from where price is, hopefully she doesn't hear me swearing on here. She'd say something. But discipline. Kids these days. The kids these days wouldn't have that treatment. Imagine like our grandfathers, what they had to go through. Oh man. Perspective. Kids these days. Whew. Kids these days are in charge. It's crazy. Nah, gotta be. Not if you're tough. Not if you're tough and loving. That's what it looks like, guys. Like daily analysis here, like you kind of see, like this low would potentially give you more upwards momentum direction. FOMC meeting minutes later today. Does it have a deeper retracement? But for where price is now at this time, looks like we could probably hold the low. I'd be still more bullish on gold overall. Like still more on the bullish side. I don't think. And like you could have a big flush out. Like if you're used to news, remember what happened on what day would have that been? Where were we? We were live for it right here. Give me a minute. Bear with me while I find it. Price has been moving so fast. The prices change like every other week. What day was FOMC? Was that FOMC? Nope. Wednesday. It would have been Wednesday. Can't believe I forget where FOMC is here. I'll just look, fam. I'm lost. Man, it's been 45 hours. See, this is why you gotta stay on the charts. That's why I only trade gold too. Because with all the news that impacts the world too, with gold, you get a lot of turbulence, let's say. What was FOMC? Anyone know what date? Guys have been sleeping. Oh yeah, 29th. Way lower than where I was looking. Way lower, and I should remember this because we were live. So like, if you look at a lot of like major news before them, during the market dumps a lot. We've seen that for a lot of news events lately. So there's FOMC, for instance. That was the FOMC federal fund rates, however. So even before price was dumping, even during like the first like 30 minutes price was dumping. Take it easy there, skids. Take it easy. Relax, breathe, take it easy there. Straight out of Fake Factory. So you get a lot, like, preparing for a news could be like, price could be like where it is right now, okay, but the news is so many hours from now that if you even look at last FOMC, like price was like there's 10:30 in the morning right there. You guys see? Looking at, yeah. I'm looking at my OBS screen right now to see the time. That's why I'm kind of like, eh. I kind of changed the screen so you guys can see the time better. I know that was an issue because I got this damn little yellow thing in here that I gotta move. 10 a.m. Before FOMC, price was pretty much in a consolidation. Like, yeah, I had some bullish and bearish reactions, good for scalping. A little bit before even that, there was a dump. But like going into, so now like getting closer to the news event, volatility picks up, like, because FOMC starts at 14 for me, which is 2 p.m. So you can even wait, like if it's like we're looking for buys, it's like price might be slow until FOMC, or price might be chill. And then it could getting closer to it's like, whoa, this thing's dropping all of a sudden, even though the news hasn't hit yet. It did that. Can do that. Volatility can pick up a little bit before the news, and then obviously during going into it. So you look at FOMC on January 29th, this thing dumped, sold off, dropped for 30 minutes, and then it completely went the other way. I think ever since then it's been going up. Yeah, like ever since then. Oh, let me get the microphone. Buy tops, sell lows, baby. That's how we do it. Crypto, that's how crypto people feel in these days. Maybe not with gold. Maybe not always with gold. They don't want to buy a top right now. Right, we're at a top. We are high, right? So we gotta always consider that. But we're above a good daily structure. But look at here, for instance, like last time price sort of FOMC, a lot of news. Even a great one was this right here when we were live. This one was like, this was before the news, and then the news candle, it was beautiful. Like the news candle went down, so a lot of times like the market's selling off. Like you get a news event coming out, and you're like, I'm bullish on price. Like I know buys are coming, and buys make more sense, right? And then 30 minutes before the news, Dove soap taste fire. I was a stubborn kid too. Quiet one. For me, it was the green soap. I remember it. I got it. Nah, it wasn't like that long. Because once you got a taste of that, it was just the threat of that was enough. So when you're a kid, it was like, no more. It's like touching a stove. You touch a stove once, you learn, and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna do that again. Anyone ever touch an iron as a kid? Touch an iron, you know it's hot. You know the iron's hot, right? You know it's hot. I shouldn't touch it. But you touch it and it burns you. You're like, damn. Right? Anyone, or did we all have a similar childhood? So prepare for volatility later though. Like it's New York, and usually like in New York we expect volatility more like, you know, these hours. Because FOMC meeting in minutes is at 2 p.m. later today. You could still even prepare for some later volatility. If you're, you know, if you had a good week so far. A lot of you guys caught buys with me. Some of you guys are still holding buys, right? See, we had 110 now. We got 110 likes. I think we can still get it up to 200. All right. Gotta put the Pump It Up song on. So a lot of you guys had buys. Now's the time where it's like, okay, some work has been done, made some profit. Don't want to buy the top like some of you guys are saying in the chat. If you looked at a lot of recent news events, think about it, they start like dipping the market literally before the news, and then even during the news, and then they rip it up, change the structure completely. So it's a really evident time at times, these news events. This isn't FOMC, this was CPI. Because this was last week. This was a news event last week. And before the news came out, because the news candle is 8:30. It's that candle right there. The one that goes to the lowest point is the news candle. So that's the 8:30 news candle, the one that reaches the lowest point and creates that wick at the bottom. I've seen this happen a lot, where they start selling off, you know, the price is dropping before the news, during the news, and then it just rips up, changes the price structure, right? The structure of the price changes completely, right? You get a market structure shift, and you start to get a BOS, and it's literally the start of a trend. Some of these news events, right? This was, so for example, this was, I'm pretty sure this was CPI on 12th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, PPI, core PPI, unemployment claim. Oh, no, 12th, CPI, yeah. This is CPI. On the 12th, we were live for that session looking for buys. Pretty much like, the market's already dropping too at that point. And that CPI, right, that starts a trend, right? It literally starts a trend. The next day was PPI, which I'm going way overboard here. The next day was another major news event, which pretty much kind of did the same thing, actually, right? Where, you know, here's 8:30. The news was at 8:30. Typically, it's going to be 8:30 for your USD impact, high impact news. And then there's other times beyond 8:30. 8:30. So both these points I have marked here are 8:30, both of them. But it's kind of what the market was doing going into that time too. Like, the market is already dropping going into that time. And it even drops on the news a little bit more. When you're on the charts as long as I've been, this is nothing new. And when you're on the charts as long as I've been, you'll miss this, and that's how you'll learn it too. You'll miss these things. You'll see it by missing it. You'll see it by capitalizing it. I know this stuff. I know a lot of this type of stuff because the amount of times I've missed it. Like, oh, okay. And just, you kind of catch on to things as well. Car cigar lighter. Oof, damn. All right, Xavier, bro. X. We'll call you X. I remember you as X. First day. Who's first day? First day on the job. Evan. We got. I know Evan Smith. We got two Evans. We got any other Evans out there? Don't hide. Calling all Evans. Calling all Evans. Let's unite. We'll make a group chat. We need more Evans. It's a good name. It's a good name. I've been told it's a good name, all right? So when you think about it, folks, the news may be kind of scary, but what we've noticed and what we've caught on to is that it can start a trend a lot of times. It might be kind of scary. I like to use the term daunting for it. You guys can go look up daunting. It's like scary. Might be an unfamiliar, kind of unconfident stage, like hesitant too, right? Because it's fast. Market's fast. Fucking fast at in the news, right? It's going right. It's like boom, liquidations, pip and dips, stop losses triggered, blown accounts, like a lot of money going in right at once. So like a lot of times you see something that it might seem scary or not. So it might seem like you know, a situation that's like scary, but a lot of times like these are the situations that literally propel price higher for the day or even for that moment, set up for an entry. If you look at CPI, the market was dropping London session into CPI that day. So we have London session, and this is what I like to call strategy: London New York reversal or London New York retracement. If it talks back to going to like 2021, 2022 style, it's treating it as if you only have access to the time frame, the 4 hour, or the London strategy. I used to always stay awake at like 1 a.m. and watch the markets through London. And I learned a pretty good strategy for London going to New York or London, New York. And it works. But when it comes down to things that work, you can't be focused on everything. Because everything works to its degree of when it's there and how you approach it and the style that it arrives from, the frequency of it. Like if I'm trying to scalp the market every day, but I'm trying to catch like these swings, there's a difference between the two. So like when you choose a style, you got to just stick to it and kind of be like, you know what, I'm going to focus on this every week, every day at this time. Because we have a strategy. I'll talk about it from time to time on these sessions. I don't usually go fully in depth on it on these sessions. But London, oftentimes, so London is a major session. For those who are new, type in the chat how long you guys have been trading for. Or maybe experienced in the markets for 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year, whatever it may be. A week. 10 years. Anyone got 10 years? Calling on anyone who's got 10 years. Let's mastermind. Damn, there's no more Evans. Swing and a miss. Air ball. So a lot of times, like, there's the style I've made the most money from too, like scalping, I've made faster flips, to be honest, like faster, like boom, take the account from this to this in a couple, like this week literally, like, or last week, I mean, like kind of scalping, day trading can be quicker flips, like grow an account a bit quicker, like scale something just a bit quicker, you have a good scalping week. But I like 4 hour style, and there's a strategy I like to focus on is kind of like looking at London's direction. How does London move? So if anyone's been on since the beginning, shout out to you, because we've been on for 2 hours, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Gonna need a new water bottle soon. Okay, 2 down the drain. That's how you know your boy's been sick. He's got when you got water bottles like kind of just laying around somewhere. You got like 5 water bottles next to your bed. 8 water bottles next to you. That's how you know. That's how you know you've been through some shit. Food poisoning. When you got like a bunch of water bottles everywhere, it's like, whoa, all right, let's get the garbage bag. So we look often like London, for those that don't know, like some of you guys are new traders, maybe your first couple months in the market. We got a lot of veterans here. People who follow me are usually traders. So one thing to know for the new guys, maybe the people who have a couple months, the people I specialize in teaching and excelling are people who are already traders usually, that have the basics down, that kind of are past the intermediate stage, know some basic level things, know what a pip is, know how to read price, know how to kind of calculate risk, know what candlesticks are, price action, market structure. Like, I can name a whole list of things, but I've been doing this for 10 years and coaching for a long time, and the main people I've coached and helped the most, I'd say, excel is the people who are kind of already gone through, let's just say, shit they're down on their ass. They don't know what to do. They've made mistakes. They're like, where, I got to turn things around. All I do is mindset, really, for myself too. A lot of personal development since a young age. So it's a lot of that too, and just kind of installing confidence. And I've been able to do that for a lot of people over the years. When I say a lot, I mean thousands of people. No cap when I say thousands. Tens of thousands I've taught, obviously. But if you're teaching 50,000 people, tens of thousands of people, the market, let's be honest, not everyone succeeds in the market. 90% fail, right? So you got to be a disciplined person as well, right? It's a long game. You got to stay in the game too. Strategies, like I have strategies for different people. Like if you're a scalper, I have those kind of strategies for scalpers. That kind of arrives on behavior too, right? Not everyone's a scalper, maybe because of the behavior of who they are as a person, or maybe their schedule, right? Swing trading, 4-hour trading, like we got different, I would like to say, concepts, if that makes sense. So one of them, we can go over it a little bit here briefly. Yeah, gold's dropping. I'm gonna let gold chill because I'm gonna be patient today because I caught buys. I ran the buys up to like 29.15, 29.18. Got out. Should have we fire. I'd probably be up like floating profit right now if I was still in, probably 15,000, 12,000 around there. If I was just holding it out. I just got a funny text. Damn. That's a good one. That's funny. This guy. Funny. Where we at with gold? Yeah, I'm looking at price. That's why I keep kind of flipping the watch list here. Oh, 32 just got tapped, and now we just bounced to 35. Coming back to that zone, see? Coming back down. It's coming back to the low. I said this low could maybe solidify, or we come back. Or come back to that low. So, what time is it? 9:30? Let's look at price. A bit more in the 1 hour. Last 1 hour. Kind of like an inverted hammer on the last 1 hour time frame. We did get a good pullback there to like 32. That was a pretty decent pullback that just happened right there on that candle. Came down to 29.30. Pretty much almost the daily zone. Like it's trying to test that daily high. I've been giving you guys keys because literally I said that daily high there. It just came down to test that. I didn't notice that. And I had a quick reaction. Already a $5 move. This low could be an anchor point. A little break and re already happened. Came back. I was saying 29.30, 29.25 area. That could be the daily area. It was a quick little flick of the wrist down there. Quick one there on that 5-minute candle. Looks more bullish. Like we just had a good reaction there on the 5-minute, 15-minute. Again, like you just saw the daily, like how it just reached down there. Price could try to do that through the day towards the FOMC before it tries to set up for that bigger move up if we're going up still. We still have bullish structure and price, like up, low here. We still have like a bullish structure here with this swing low up to the high. And price has been coming back down, kind of retracing. Let it come down like what just happened. Like let price do those types of move or even get back closer to those prices. Like let it give you better entries. 29.30, 29.25 area. I would say like prices around 29.35, but kind of like what I was kind of like if you were on the session we did the other day for 3 hours. Throughout the entire session, I was saying just kind of let price do its thing. Let it come down and see if it can reach lower and give a better entry point for the market. I don't think right now. I mean, it's 9:30 New York session, but FOMC later. Who knows how that's going to shake up the market? There was just a good push down here, and price has propelled itself back up. 29.30, 29.25. I would wait. Just stay patient. Keep an eye on price. Maybe set some alerts at lower prices to get alerted when it drops like to like 29.25, 29.30 area, instead of all chasing price. And if you see it move, like see it's coming back down. Just had a big spike up, but I don't think it's gonna leave you if you stay patient right now for the morning, it being an FOMC day. It's really coming back down to the same level. So I mean, you don't need to chase the green candles on a day like today, where it's moved up a lot already. You want red candles to come. See, like just move 20 pips. See, you want to get these red candles. You don't want to be, oh my gosh, I'm getting green candles. I gotta buy. You want to kind of give the market some time and let it find those red candles, those bearish moves down. Kind of like what we just did. You see those moments where it's kind of finding an entry. Like look for reactions like that where it gives you a good push down instead of just taking at price, hoping it goes up. Like it could rip up, but you could obviously still like what it just did minutes ago. It did that real quick. You would have seen that. I think 29.30, 29.25 area for me. You know, just to be more, because we're always going to have attempts for entries. Like if 29.30, 29.25 area, potentially a reaction. There's a scammer. Damn, yo, there's someone posting. What? On. This camera, yo, I'm telling you, dog. Hey, everywhere. They're back, man. It's like I thought I got rid of the. That's funny. It's an account of me. There's accounts of me posting on my posts, commenting on my pictures. Like, why? Holy. I just realized that. Why are they doing this? E_K. I just noticed that. Yeah, like I don't think, guys, I'm gonna be able to get through all my DMs, especially with wanting to stream more. Like that's why I said for Inner Circle, I want to do like X amount to start off for March, because it starts in March. So like I spent a lot of time the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, pretty much DMing everyone I saw message me, getting back to a lot of people. And it's time consuming one person. So that's kind of why. Because I think I got totally like 750 DMs, to be honest, of people interested. And I haven't even looked at Instagram yet. I've only looked at Discord. So for the Inner Circle, like, yeah, I'll spend some time today. But just know, like, a lot of people took action quick. And we're starting in March. A lot of people took action quick. and we're starting March, so it gives us more room to upgrade things in the near future for everyone too. That's my plan. Like, a lot of people already took action, so got enough now. Soon gonna work on another website, upgrade everything for it, add more. Maybe we hold that area. Keep an eye, like those candle dips, those nice dips that you might be scared of. Like you might see, bearish candle, it's red. But realistically, like, you don't want to be buying when you see price move $10. Like if price moves $10, let's say, and you're looking at green candle, you kind of got to take a step back, maybe like, whoa, I missed the buy instead. All right. Make sure it's a little dirty. Gotta get the... Damn, bro. That's dusty. This is my pajama. I slept in this. Fucking $800 t-shirt. They don't make them anymore though, so just for that year. They make similar versions, but this one's fire though. Like those flushes down, that's what you're looking for entry. You don't want to be like, you know, like this. If price moves like that, see, this is like $10, 28, yeah, right there. That's a good $10 move right there. For instance, like if price moves like a solid $10, or even more recently than that, similar was this candle, this green one. That didn't move $10, but it's a pretty strong movement to happen. Oh, yeah. Oh, it did. I'll tell you, the volatility index has increased. Oh, that's like an $8 move, $9 movement. That's a decent move, right? For gold, you gotta appreciate that. Sometimes you gotta learn to appreciate 50 pips, etc. You know. Indian Evan reply, bro, it's some Indians, man. I'm sorry, and I love everyone of all cultures, but turns out every single one of these scammers is the usual suspect, and I hate to say it, but it's true. You can fact check me if you want. I appreciate everyone in the world of all cultures, everywhere, every ethnicity. I've traveled to 40 countries in the world, so I've grown to appreciate a lot of the world. I know. No, I don't. I know. You don't. I know that. It is what it is. I'll say no more before I get too savage on here. Yeah, like I said, wait for dips, guys. Pretty much those snaggers. This candle looks like it might close bullish, but has 18 minutes. Don't let price just fake you out like it's going up. It can always give you a better entry if you wait for it. I think a lot of us learned that this past week with the whole gold setup too, with the buys that have been happening back down here. Once you get that buy in, like trend starts, structure starts, for instance. So like structure is important to recognize and understand as a trader. Fractals, you may need to put some fractals on your chart. Practice looking at those, or even looking at the line chart at different time frames. Maybe just getting on that. Just maybe starting at a point, like, okay, taking the chart and just starting at a point, for instance. A good practice that you could do every day. Good simple practice you could do to train your eyes. Practice studying is taking the chart and just starting at a point and studying the structure of it, right? And just studying the flow and the structure of everything. Line chart's easy to do that every day on. It could just go up though. It might just rip up on gold. Could just try to rip up potentially. I could see a breakout, maybe upside. That was a 29.30 would have been a solid reaction. If it gives you, it's hard to say now, it's moving up, right? That's what I mean. Like, that's why I say you don't want to grab price here. Like, it could just keep going. Like, if you're looking at it, a trade like candlestick closure could be one. Like, if this candlestick closes bullish, then maybe the next one goes up. I could try to enter on the next candlestick, use the stop loss as my risk, and see if the move continues. Like, trying to grab a trade as it's moving, as the trend's going. Because when you're looking at a current candle like this, it's moved solid. Like, it's moved enough to close a trade if buying here, right? It's moved enough to close a position and get out, right? Already, right? With that type of movement. So it's not like you want to chase the candle that's moved like this. You want to kind of maybe break it down and think of, okay, what could the next candle do if this candle solidifies, right? So you don't get into that habit of chasing price. If you get into the habit of more, okay, this candle's already moved, let me just keep an eye on price, watch the next candle. Does this candle close bullish? If it does, maybe that gives me more evidence and information towards the next candle, if the next candle is going to continue bullish. Because the more you have a candle like this that just emerges out, like it just shoots up, and the more that you just, the candle moved, buy. The more you do that, the more habits you create. So the more you do something, the more tolerance you build, right? So if you're constantly looking at price when it makes candles like this, and you click buy when it makes a candle like that, you might be installing, use the word installing. You're a robot now. AI. Computer code. You might be installing a bad habit inside of yourself. If everything I talk about comes from experience too. So anything you've done, I've done 1,000 times more. Anything you've made, just everything, just in the market. Everything you've done, every action you've taken, every mistake you've made. We're all going to do the same things. I've done them thousands of times more. Just know that. So the more times you get a candle that just pops green, boom, goes $5. That doesn't mean you're like, oh, it's gonna keep going. It could, but you're not creating that habit. You're not trying to create that habit. The habit you're trying to create is, okay, the candle moved. Let me wait for the next candle and see, because maybe I was thinking buys, but I missed it, didn't get in. Maybe there's an entry on the next candle. Let me see if the next candlestick provides that entry. You could break it down to smaller time frames at that point and see, like, what do the smaller time frames do? Maybe they're showing a good correction, something that lines up. Instead of maybe chasing price, so you end up buying here, or you buy higher than you could have. Let the candles settle down at times, because there always can be price fluctuation in a candle where it moves up 50 pips, but then it comes down 20, 30 pips. And that could maybe provide you that different entry that instead of chasing price. So I think gold will go up today, potentially. I say that. I think it'll go up today. Looks more bullish still, just like the other day. Remember, it's above that daily structure still. So at that point, that's where I got 29.30, 29.25, 20.25 being the quarter. So 25s, 50s, 75s. Oh, I got skinny. I lost so much muscle this past month. It's crazy. It's bad. I was getting ripped. still above here. Remember that, like that daily to the left, right? Resistance structure point. It's above that, so I think price is trying to maintain above that for the day potentially, from the looks of it. A lot of traders, most traders are trying to sell gold. Like most traders think like, okay, gold's really high, it has to dump. People gotta take profit, sell their gold. But maybe those traders don't understand why gold goes up, how it's going up right now. Like people don't buy gold to necessarily sell it. Like they'll do that in the days, the weeks, futures traders. Like I mean, anyone who buy like a lot of people buy gold to hold it, right? Because it's a store of value. If you know, it's not a currency pair, although you can, you know, apply similar concepts, technical aspects to, per se, XAU USD gold and maybe a Euro USD, you know, with the general forex technical analysis concepts and strategies. However, it's a different market. I mean, gold's traded in forex, but when you relate to like what it is, what is it? It's a store of value, right? It's a constant store of value, and gold's going on another gold rush. Like it's ETF. So 2003, 2004, Australia was the first country to have the gold ETFs, and I think UK did it in 2004. The USA came out with gold ETFs. Right before that was the years after that you had the financial crisis. Gold's gone on gold rushes, right? These gold rushes. We've been going on a gold rush, and it hadn't had, like if you look at price, for instance, like here, it's sideways, and then it goes on a good gold rush. So like, look at price, for instance, from a bigger picture. And when I say bigger picture, I mean this. It's always gone up. Like, should have been buying gold instead of playing on the playground in friggin' elementary school. Should have been trying to buy gold, you know? Damn. Buy. And then, imagine your kid trying to buy like $400 worth of gold an ounce. So it's always been a store of value. You're seeing it represent that what the price that is happening is what it represents, right? Sound money. When you look up the characteristics of sound money and the features of gold, right? Applications, features, and you compare that to Bitcoin. You compare them and you differentiate them because they have similar differences. So it's interesting when you study gold's properties, relate that to what Bitcoin is, right? Gold's always gone up, right? My goal is to get to 100 Bitcoin. I'm like over half the way there, and I know I'll be set for life because when I have 100 Bitcoin, I could do a lot of damage with one. Like I could literally grow one, and I'll explain to you guys in a minute how you grow Bitcoin. But yeah, gold's been going on the gold rush basically, right? Like wars going on. It goes before Bitcoin. Everyone in our, like us, people like me, people like you, maybe who have a different head around the markets with crypto, it might be so big to you at this point, but gold is 10 times bigger. So it might be at times it's crypto's huge, for us. The gold market is 10 times bigger. Stock market indexes Way larger. Gold always goes first. I mean, pretty much makes sense, even though I hate to say it sometimes because I wish Bitcoin was at like 200,000. Yeah, no, actually I don't. You don't wish Bitcoin's at 200,000 because you want to buy more before it gets there, right? Otherwise, your time, in the essence of the first ever video title that I made on crypto, your time is running out, right? Do you want Bitcoin to go to 200,000 right now? Does anyone? Why would anyone want it to go to 2,000 right now, knowing there's a limited supply that comes out over time? I want to get more of it. It's only getting harder to buy because it's becoming more expensive in the supply over time. How it is mined into cyberspace slows down over time. Gold, it makes sense. It's been around longer. More people have it, more people know about it, more people use it. It's been a longer store of value. So where we see gold right now compared to Bitcoin in terms of the market, we can put the charts upside down, side by side each other, and recognize obviously gold is way ahead of Bitcoin. Crypto, depending on your time in the market, like I've said on this session, look at Bitcoin, #1 trend. Litecoin with the, I used to have like a lot of Litecoin, a lot. I used to have a lot. No more. I don't have any more. It's Litecoin. Yo, remember XRP? XRP did nothing for years. And then, boom, blew everyone's face off. Huh? Remember XRP? Oh, shit. I just blew my... I just thought of something, see? That's why I gotta be on it. I can't be off it. If I'm off it... Remember XRP? Just no until boring Litecoin. Who likes Litecoin anymore? Right? No one, right? Look at it being a top gainer today in the market. And interesting. Remember XRP situation where maybe it's a bat signal. Maybe it's a bat signal hinting. Remember the XRP situation where it was like nothing and then boom. Everyone who didn't have XRP's faces melted right in front of them week by week every single day because they realized XRP was still a good coin. And they missed out on 6x gains. Remember XRP just didn't do anything for years, a couple of years, and then boom, paid out. That's the process right there. Sometimes it just takes a couple of years and then boom, 1 month, 2 months, runs. Look at Litecoin. Litecoin reminds me of that right now. When you look at the chart on the grand scheme of things. Last couple of years, you know, anyone who's in Litecoin, like, I don't want to buy Litecoin, you know. But who knows? Maybe one that also shocks everyone. Even though I don't have anyone. Even though I don't have any Litecoin. I used to. A lot. But I lost it. In a tragic event. I lost a lot of crypto in a tragic event. I used to have like 3,000 to 5. I could probably go look back, but I used to have a lot of Litecoin. I think I used to have like 3,000 coins. Lost it all in a tragic event. I got scammed. Imagine having 3,000 Litecoins right now. It is what it is. Scammers. Watch out for them scammers. Don't lose your Litecoin. Yeah, gold, I mean, I've run down it pretty well. See, like, ooh. See what I said? Like, you could wait for the candle to close. Maybe the candle closes and next. So when a candle goes green like that, so lesson time, I guess, since I'm not in a trade today. Green candle, you don't have to buy on that candle. It's because it's like, okay, if the candle's moved, if a candlestick has moved $5, $8, $10, whatever it may be, right? It's made a significant movement on that candle for the time. $6. It's not always about like, yo, this is moving up, I gotta buy, or running into it, chasing price like that. You can always wait for the candlestick to close. And this is where I'm going to use the word potentially, right? And this is where potentially now it's, if we get a close, a good close, right, on a candlestick, the next candlestick could move up. Instead of chasing price on a candle that's already moved, you can always wait for that candle to close, solidify more, and wait for the next candle to see if that gives you the entry and if that next candle starts moving in the upwards direction. That's one way to really scalp gold at times. Yeah, it looks like we might go up, but Bitcoin's been down on the hour. Gold, you can go look at the charts and kind of compare points, and you'll always see, like, anytime gold's reached like a high point, Bitcoin's been behind it. It's always been a bit behind, even over here to the right. Like, see here, like, Bitcoin, gold is ahead right here. Look where gold is. Where's Bitcoin? Interesting, right? You know, right, like, right would be like right there, if I'm not mistaken. Is that? Oh wait, 2021. Let's see. 2021. Maybe I got it wrong. Oh wait. Oh yeah, this is. Oh yeah, the year is different. I thought it was the same year for a sec there. Where are we at? 2021. Wait, gold high. So going into 2021, Bitcoin was going pretty fast. They were both moving pretty fast, and they both had the bear. Bitcoin went back up. They're both kind of like similar. I gotta go to the chart. See this. These are different time frames. One of these is a daily. One of these is a weekly. Yeah, this is a daily. This is a weekly. Top one's a weekly chart. Bottom one's a daily chart. Right? I think so. Might be. You could still see some distinct correlation there on them, even though my timing there wasn't so correct. Even right now, like, see this consolidation zone? It's like gold was in that same phase before it started ripping to where it's at now. And now Bitcoin's kind of in that same consolidation zone. So it might be a good thing, like, okay, yeah, like, okay. Depending on how long you've been in the market, your time in the market, you might be experiencing this. If you're like more of a Bitcoiner, probably not as much, I would say. The price has just been consolidating, whereas if you were to consider every other coin has done this. Every other coin's gone down. Some more, some less. Right? Some more, some less. So remember I was talking about purchasing power in the beginning? Anyone remember that? I didn't finish on that topic. I remember when we were talking about purchasing power at the beginning? I gotta go to the bank. Move some cat. Like, I got there's an account that I have locked for the last like year. I couldn't access. That's how you get ahead. You don't want to spend money. It might be like lock your money in the in an account. it's a lot. I'll go over it, but so remember we talked about purchasing power. If you're just a Bitcoiner, you're not really feeling this as much. Like think about this, for instance, every coin is like down here. Like most coins are down here, down here, down here, down here, right? Most coins in comparison to Bitcoin have devalued compared to it. They're at a much worse devaluation in terms of this drop down that we've had. Right? Bitcoin dropped like 16%. That affects the whole market. If Bitcoin drops, it affects the whole market. It's kind of like US 30 dollar index, kind of indices, DXY for currencies in a way. Bitcoin's like your DXY for the whole market at times. And then Ethereum's like a whole another DX and a whole another index in a way when you think about it. Because if Ethereum just Bitcoin could chill and do nothing right now, Ethereum could shoot up on its own. And Bitcoin could kind of just chill, or vice versa, opposite scenario. Ethereum could go down and it brings a bunch of other coins down with it, and Bitcoin's kind of just holding a more of a stronger value. So for those of you guys who might remember when we talked about purchasing power, if I have more of this and less of other things that do this all the time more, it will allow me to rotate at times when necessary, where it's like I can get way more of these at an actual low price, where I'd want to be maybe aka buying the dip. Because let's just say you've only been buying Bitcoin for the last year. Let's just say you only just bought 0.1 Bitcoin. That's fire. That's 10% of a Bitcoin. Obviously, that's 10% of a Bitcoin. That's what you got to think of it. I got 10% of a Bitcoin. 10% of a Bitcoin has been different prices. This is why I've been trying to educate people in the last 2 years. I'm like, okay, if you think about someone said they just bought 0.10 worth of Bitcoin, so 10% of a Bitcoin, 0.1. I've been educating people for years on this, and a lot of people didn't wrap their head around it. Like, if you think about what a 0.1 was 8 months ago, 9 months ago, a year ago, right? It's not even always looking at Bitcoin like as one, like I gotta get one. It can add up at different prices. So Bitcoin, having more of this, like portfolio wise, like if it was 90% Bitcoin, 10% of one other thing, and just only going into Bitcoin, at times like this where Bitcoin's just holding a stronger, and it always will, it'll be like that. It's always going to be like that in comparison to everything else, right? Except for when like maybe ETH dominance switches over. You have all these other coins so purchasing power, you have all these other coins you've been throwing your money into, looking for that 5x, 10x, 10x, 10x. You've been buying all these meme coins, these coins you find on Twitter, these coins that pop up every week, these new coins that the group chats are telling you to buy, the next influencer on social media, your crypto guru, right? Ask your crypto guru how much BTC they have. That's the key. Because once you have that, you could work better in the market, more tangibly. So like people it's easy to just throw coins out there and be like, guys, here's a good coin. Like I could give you guys 20 coins that'll probably go up, right? That's not the point though, because when you're constantly always buying those, you'll run into times like this where you're holding a bag that's worth 40% less than what it was, 50% less than what it was, 60%, versus the thing that's going to be holding more value. So when you have more of that, when those things drop, you have more purchasing power because those things have dropped. You lose your purchasing power if you're buying everything else rather than Bitcoin. I've been doing this for 10 years, so this has been my vehicle to get ahead in life. It's a lot vehicle this year, like this past 2 years. So because if I'm putting $1,000 a week into Bitcoin, whatever it may be, any number, I'm gonna see more of that there, even through market dips and whatever, versus if I'm buying $1,000 a week of some meme coin or some altcoin or some coin the group chat told me to buy, or someone I saw on social media said, this is the next 10, 20x coin, you gotta buy this now. Or a celebrity coin, especially. Celebrity coins are garbage. Celebrity coins are garbage. There's like what? There's a few I like a few meme coins. It's not even a celebrity coin. I like the animal coins more, to be honest. Like Whiff, Haha Yes. Where's that one? I don't like celebrity coins. Rizzo, look into Haha Yes. It's up 15% today. Might be interesting. I honestly like meme coins. Celebrity coins are garbage because they bring kind of like the wrong the wrong influence to the market. Like the market doesn't need celebrity coins. Most of those usually pump and dump. Look at Trump coin. Everyone like, bro, like the people like long term, like it's, if you're buying something, you gotta know when you're buying it and how long you're holding it for too. Like if you bought it right when it came out, you got the good timing. You were there right when it came out. Capitalize on that opportunity because it just came out. If you're looking at this, it hasn't been around for long. The chart hasn't been here long, right? So who knows like what it could do 2 years from now, 1 year, 4 years, right? But it depends on your view of it and how you value it, the Trump coin. Like, do you know what you're buying? And how do you value what you're buying? Because like if you go to top assets in the world and you buy Amazon stock, do you use Amazon? Probably. So you know exactly what you're buying into. You're buying into a company that you use probably frequently, right? So when you're buying Trump coin, know what you're buying. You're buying Trump coin, right? And that's a high roller play. What could it do? Those types of coins, time will give you really that answer. It's time in the market, right? Who's one to say, yeah, this is a good, it corrected. Like this thing dropped like 80%, no? Yeah, 83%. So if you were bullish on it when it was at $60 and $50 and $80, like if you were bullish on it when it was at 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, and you're not bullish now, then you're playing the game wrong, right? If you're bullish on it up here, you're like, if you had reason, like, 'cause if you have a belief of something and a conviction of something, why you're doing something, and you change that so quickly, that's like really improper investing. Molina coin, same shit, different pile. Even worse, to be honest. I don't even know how to spell it. Yeah, LMA, yeah, okay. Even worse, official Molina. Like, great for them. But let's go back and talk about the store value, the purchasing power lesson, right? You lose your purchasing power by just always trying to hit that 50x, 10x, right? Ear, cut my ear. So it's like how you look at this. Your time in the market gives you your conviction for things. Because there's some people that are looking at this like this is a universal buy the dip opportunity. This is going to go up all year. Like there's some people who have that level of conviction. Clearly enough to have a $656 million market cap. And $258,000 holders on Solscan. So there's people who have that type of conviction. But a coin like this, you treat like it's like value level. If there's like a value meter, right? It's like kind of at the bottom, but it still has something to it. There's still something there in terms of this crypto world and what these meme coins do. So I place this in the high roller sector for me. Saying high roller is, I'm going to put an amount of money into this thing that I don't care about because it could do anything. And I'm not even really like, that's what I put into like the high roller sector of things. It's like when you look at maybe Trump coin and, you know, some people might say, oh, it wouldn't hurt to get 1 or 2, someone like that, like more conservative, just in case. But this is a huge run up. It's corrected like 83% down. He's going to be in the media the next 4 years. Who knows if something bad happens to him, he gets sick. I'll use that term. Simpsons stuff. Who knows if the Simpsons conspiracies come true on the Simpsons stuff. If that happened, if that were to happen, this coin would probably everyone buy Donald Trump, take it to the moon, or maybe a dump. It'd be interesting, but depends on your conviction of it. Really, it's an interesting coin for sure. I've gone over XAU pretty much all session. I mean, 30-minute. Watch that zone, 29.30, 29.25 area. We can go around 29.30, 29.25 area. I think could be better because it's a big day ahead. To keep an eye on it for a move up. So I remember that when you're looking at these coins and you first see them, and these days it's like a microwave mentality. We live in like the TikTok mentality. These days there's so much headlines. New headlines every day, new coins every day, new celebrity this, new hype coin, new endorsement coin, new sponsor coin, this guy shilling this coin. So when you receive those coins and you look at them and your level of conviction is really high at the moment, right? It doesn't need to always be. You might be better off focusing on less things in the beginning. And I like Bitcoin, Ethereum. Most people are probably looking like me. Someone like me is looking at Ethereum like it's low. So with my time in the market, how I think, with where price is, how it's moved, to me, it's what a better buy the dip scenario. Like, what could we find, it was just at 4,000, it went almost to 2,000. So for me, with my time in the market, how long I've been holding stuff, buying stuff, for me, this is like a buy the dip scenario. Even the ones I didn't show up on. My bad. Some traders might have been buying at $4,000. Like, there was probably a lot of traders buying at $4,000. More than you think. Why? Because when price is at $4,000, and anyone who hasn't bought in yet, anyone who didn't buy before $4,000 would have saw, oh my gosh, it's at $4,000, it's breaking, probably bought up there. So like, if there's a trader who bought at $4,000, they're probably not sitting here like, oh, this is a good buy the dip, I gotta buy more. They're probably like, oh man, I really hope this thing goes back up to my entry, so I can get back to what it was worth, or close it, or maybe it goes above. But someone like me who's been holding out and bought at different times in the market, bought at different places, different times, different periods of time, to me, I look at this like it's a buy the dip scenario, right? So not every trader might have that feeling right now, especially if it's like you bought at $4,000 first time. You might feel like, whoa, the market just really hurt me. Like the market just disappointed me. If you bought at around $4,000, but now price is where it is. Gold's worth more than Ethereum. I would still just wait, let price come down. Same analysis, just kind of like the other day, let price come down. You have mini head and shoulders on the 5 minute here, so maybe this zone holds if you're looking at this, but same thing I've been saying, see if, you know, 29.30, 25, 29.25 area, if price can go down more. We might kind of have like a little head and shoulders here forming up. So we're looking like maybe a scalping zone, this 25.35 area. Whew, yawn there. Look at that. I feel good today. I'm good. A lot of people are asking in the chat when I started. We good, we good, we good. I just gotta order that steak, get back in the gym. Yeah, like scalping zone, but I'm still saying maybe like still what I was saying at the beginning of the session, like 29.30. It already hit 29.30 before I was like when I was saying it, after I said it. Still kind of same thing. You might have like a scalping zone nearby there, but like I said, 29.30, 29.25 area. But here, maybe a mini head and shoulders if you're familiar with like head and shoulders patterns. Uh-oh. Hollywood's in the building. But I'm more leaning to let price dip today and see if the buy set up on a nice dip. I've been up. No, I've been up all night. I was recording a lot of stuff because I slept all day yesterday. I was recording a lot of stuff, working on some things for Inner Circle. Yeah, still, this is what I say. You don't gotta chase the green candles. You gotta just wait. Will that price come down? Let it do its thing today. That's the mood. That's the vibe I kind of feel more today. Let price come down. Maybe there's a good buy the dip because it could come down, reverse. Trying to yawn like a lion. ICP's below $10. That's a good coin if you're looking at like an altcoin. That's not like in the dollar or the cents. Still has some dollar values to it. But ICP. Yeah, I let gold do its thing. Like, remember when I got on, I was kind of like, it looks bullish, but I'd rather see it drop, not chase the price this high up. Like, any move could come out of this price action, but like, it's better to not chase it when it's moved so much for the week already, like up in price. Obviously, keep yawning. I know, I keep yawning now. Yeah, it's sleepy. How long we been on? I don't even know. What's that, Wusa? Wusa. We're above the previous resistance, guys. Like that double top there, kind of to the left. We're above that, so like it's like looking for better price, better dips on price, not the green candles. Don't chase the green candles. We're above previous resistance to the left. I remove some of this little scribbles I got here. I got some scribbles. Remember that? See, like coming down, like that's what I say. Oh my land. Am I on later tonight? Yeah, 12 hours from now. that's the moves. You gotta look for those dips. I keep saying it all session. You gotta look for those dips down. Damn. Yeah, I did just dip down. I did say, remember I did say that mini head and shoulders. I remember getting a little mini head and shoulders here. I can be on point even when I'm not trying to look for a trade. Yeah, that's like I think if you've been on since the beginning, remember a discussion I had. I said there's a low here. The markets ran up. It could be trying to hold that low, because we have the low back here, higher high. Still could be trying to get out of this, like a breakout up. That's what I see. It's similar to what we saw the other day too. Ooh. Oh, FOMC. What time is it? 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, I gotta take a nap first, you know. I don't know. We didn't get to 200 likes yet on the video, you know. Let me go take a nap real quick. Watch gold. Yeah, we'll be on later. Yeah, let's do it. Drop. We only got 60. Oh, wait. I gotta refresh it probably. That's why. Well, 123 now. You gotta go like it here. Not this. Not the chat button. You know, you got the chat emojis here. Enhance your audience engagement. Start a poll. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start giving you guys questions. I'm gonna test you guys. Ah, where'd the chat go? I just lost it. I'm new to this. Oh yeah, I got the full chat here. So you guys are rolling buys, holding. I used to shout. Someone said, I didn't look at the beginning. Yeah, no trade right now, but Evan, why'd you chop trading binary options? I don't know, like, not for me, not my style. I find more people, yeah. I don't know. I stopped trading that a long time ago. I don't really have a passion for it as much. I could teach it. Most of the people these days learn from me and my strategies, actually, that I kind of made when I was 17, 18, 19 years old. Stochastic, oversold, Bollinger Bands, all that stuff. If you know, you know. Well, not for me. I find like certain demographic, like in terms of location demographic, like more like Latam. It's big in Brazil, like South America, Latin American, Latam countries, even like some places in Europe, but people love it. It's a great style. Maybe we bring it back. For me, like, I like trading gold more. So I said I took a break from actively trading most of January. Man, hurt when I see this. Yeah. You gotta take. I preserved a lot of my energy for all. Like, I didn't do much all December. I was kind of a lazy guy. Even like the first week or two of January, honestly, was kind of a lazy guy. Just was preserving my energy because I knew like December is not the time to really focus on the markets. And even that first week or two of January, but maybe the first week more January. So for me, it was I didn't trade all December and a good amount of November. Maybe like middle November after the elections. 2 weeks after the elections was catching a lot of trades on Bitcoin, 2-3 weeks after, but then coming to like the end of November. All December, barely traded. Took a break there. I find that's a good kind of time. If I trade a 6-figure account, I would make a lot more money. So instead of flipping, if I can flip $3,000 to $10,000, think about what I'd be risking more. If I was on 6-figure account, I'd be risking $5K, $10K on a trade, kind of comfortably. Doing it different, trying to take $100K to $200. Like, I probably risk like 5K on a trade to start. 10K maybe. Wait for the right setup. For me, it's more efficiency. It's how efficient I am on the setup now. That's the point I want to get myself to, because I've obviously spent years doing this. Maybe over trading, taking too many trades, this, and that. Just looking at the prices right now. What is that? 96. So when you maybe when you take a lot of trades, you might realize like, man, I should have just held that trade longer, or man, that was the right setup. You get better at becoming more right about things, so maybe even more confidence installed there as well. So I'm at the point where it's like I want to be more efficient on the setup, try to maximize more on the setup. Good watch. Keep an eye. Like this, like I said, this could be a scalping area. I've done some analysis here for the day. We've been on for like 3 hours ish. Kind of started around 7:40, 7:30, 7:40 range. This area right here, good for scalping. Doesn't have to hold. The market could try to flush lower. That kind of mini, you can see a mini head and shoulders in that green zone. I'll make it blue to differentiate what I'm talking about here. That blue zone. Kind of like a mini head and shoulders there on the 5 minute. Depends on the setup. Like when I say it's being more effective and efficient on the setup, it's risking the right amount on the setup depending on what it is. Like Friday's a setup that, those are the types of setups I'm talking about. Like being more effective on setups like this that come to you, right? Being more efficient, risking the right amount, holding it long enough, right? Letting the winners run, like kind of Friday situation. More effective on setups like that come to you, that you're not always having to look for. Like scalping can be any moment. Scalping can be any moment. It can be right. You could scalp the market kind of any moment. If you're just sitting on the chart for an hour or two, you could have literally maybe took a buy here or back here. Like scalping can be any moment, but maybe when it's looking for a setup that you can maximize the most on for the risk that you're putting, those can come in cycles. Maybe not every moment of the day, where there's maybe scenarios like this, kind of like Friday, where the market just dumps and sets up for the buy the dip scenario. This is what I could see on gold. Like I said, that mini head and shoulders might hold. I'm only not trading right now and today for now because I had a good week and I missed out on a lot of price action, so I just want to kind of keep it chill for a bit. But yeah, like I said, just to rewind things a little bit before we get off, we're probably going to wrap it up here in a bit, guys, in the next 5-10 minutes. So we'll just do one more quick breakdown before we do. Daily chart is above the structure point, that daily resistance. So I think as long as we stay above that, the price could still be bullish, like I said from the beginning of this. So we're above that point. We can even see like 4 hours looking more corrective. So I think this thing will want to try to break up today, potentially one more time from the looks of it. But that's all I really got for today. Solana 170. Even that, like, I mean, that's down from the highs pretty much a good percentage, 45%. Testing previous resistance. Tried to come lower. Volume right here. Like a little lion. Trying to yawn. Solana's low. Probably going to find support soon. Probably good time to DCA, scale in. From here, it could go higher. Or we stay a bit more bear, but that would be good DCA. Like these lows way back here. Still above there. Yeah, but gold overall, just see more bullish still. I've been saying bullish all session. I think we could break up to the upside. But that's really it for today. Even when you start to kind of look at the 4 hour for gold, like you can even see the 4 hours staying above the zone I've been talking about. So it's maintaining that price, showing there is a good hint or sign of demand in the market. Like there's buyers maybe holding price above there. But that's really going to be it. Yeah, I'm still going to scalp day trade. Just going to focus a lot on the 4 hour and patient with some setups. Hold them longer. But that's pretty much it for the day, guys. We're going to wrap it up. We're just live for the morning. Probably going to go take a little nap. I'm not in any trades, but that doesn't mean I don't think the market still looks good to go up. I think gold's still in a good position to keep an eye on it. 29.30, 29.25 area. But for me overall, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the session, got value. Remember to smash the like button before you get off. Almost at 200, I think. What are we at? 132. Let's get to 200. We still got enough people on to bring it there. I maybe haven't smashed the button yet. Benjamin button, all right. We're going to wrap it up, though. Missed the 4 hour sells, you know? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Holy. Missing them missed them 4 hour sells that used to always come. Had that for like 2-3 years straight. It was clean. You'd always get them 4 hour sells. Someone knows what I'm talking about. They're not coming as much these days, eh? I feel you. The 4 hour sells, they haven't been there. Like, as clean as they would, you know? Like, there would be some clean 4 hour sells. I feel you. That's funny someone said that in the chat. 4 hour sells haven't been clean. They haven't been loyal. Man, the 4 hour sells, I'm telling you, 2021, 2022, 2023, even some of like 2024, they were there. They were loyal there. But lately, man, the 4 hour sells, that was one of my favorite setups. The 4 hour sell, like the clean. That would be like my favorite setup where I usually would just dump lots. And those are where I would have that setup. They haven't been there as much. They're there, but they're there aggressively, right? They're there aggressively and they're harder to time. They're there kind of aggressively, harder to time, not the best time. I hope one day the market, I have faith in the market that one day it'll give us clean 4 hour sells again. Maybe summertime. Maybe August. Maybe July, August, around there. Watch. This always happens when I say things that seem random, but then July, August comes and it's a downtrend. So just maybe, because man, if you've followed me for some time, you know. I'll say random stuff like that. Maybe August we get a bearish gold. Maybe next thing you know, maybe summertime. Yeah, on the uptrend, it's just been the corrections that have been sells. The sells have just been corrections. Sells have just been corrections. Like, I've said every session, guys. I've said every session that we've been in a situation where it looks like sells and the market's like, maybe setting up for sells. And I've always said, guys, You can honestly just not be in the market. Let the sells happen. Like, let it drop. Let it just drop. You know, you just stay out of the sell. Don't chase the sells. Don't look for the sells. You just let the sells kind of happen. I've said that pretty much. This has been one of the cleanest months here. Like, I don't know, this is clean. This is like, look at the corrections. They all support and go up. So I've always said every session, like, guys, like, because every session I come on where there's looking like sells, everyone's like, is it sells? Is it sells? I see the chat, and I say that because when I look at the chat, and I'll say, guys, you know, you don't have to look for the sells. We know they could happen, so the reason for me talking like that is like this. Okay, we can obviously anticipate them. We know it's likely for the sells to happen, but we want those sells to happen so we can look for the buy. Right? It's like if the market's pushed up a lot, it's in an uptrend. It's pushed up. It's like, yeah, sells could happen, but it's like we could wait and see if those sells happen to set up for a buy. That's kind of like another angle and approach to the market, right? But yeah, I see us staying above here. Looks like we want to go up. Keep an eye on buys potentially for today. We'll be on later. That's it for me. Peace out. Hope you guys enjoyed this session. We will be back later. We will be back.
Mastering your trading landscape can be challenging. As a
Peace.